In this episode of Negative Modifier, we'll be playing the game Delta Green. Delta Green, by design, tackles various mature themes that may be uncomfortable or triggering for listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Alright, so can we do sort of a wide maneuver?
Yeah, I'll give you even... It's dark now. I'll give you plus 20 to stealth as well.
Tackle 63, success.
Jet lag still fails.
Alright, so... Yeah, I can't quite dismiss this one because it's go time, for lack of a better phrase. Yeah, so... Jackal, you successfully make it into position. As you're making your way kind of around the bend, though, Agent Jetlag steps on a rock or something, and it rolls down the hill into the water, makes a loud splash. At least one of the guards kind of seems to take note of that. It's making its way towards your to investigate that.
Okay, I'll prepare to take him out stealthily if I can. I got a practical knife.
Alright, so you're going to try and do a takedown, essentially? Like a stealth kill, essentially, or something.
Well, I guess my other option would be to try to keep him unconscious or something.
Yeah, so what are you doing, I guess?
Maybe we can use him later. Yeah, I'll just try to not kill him, but take him out.
Alright, cool. So we're going to do a kind of opposed roll for a second, then be getting into some combat. So let's, in that case, give me your stealth.
89, failure.
He sees you coming, like maybe you step out of something a little too fast, and suppose. Alright, so people's dexterities that are here, I guess. So that's Jackal and Jetlag. What are your dexes?
13.
8.
Alright, so whoever had a 13, you get to go first in this combat.
Okay, I still think we want to avoid gunfire, so I'm going to use my knife.
Alright.
Wow.
Ugh, yeah, so
Wet.
Fair.
yeah. Alright, so you drop it in the you drop it on the ground kind of thing. It kind of disappears into the darkness. The guy in front of you is gonna he's gonna take a shot at you. His gun misses. Alright, so the next one's gonna start kind of running over towards this. And that means it is a jet lag, so that means it is now Jackal's turn.
Okay, I'm going to shoot a pistol at him.
All right.
55 critical.
Nice. So roll that D10 for crit.
6.
Your bullet hits just big center mass. The guy falls, and he's still alive, but you blew an arm off or something with this. It was a really good, clean hit into his torso kind of thing. So that's the guy that was in front of Jetlag. So that's one down. He's on the ground, screaming in pain. Back to the top. So Jetlag, you're up. Your knife's on the ground. You got to pull out your gun. What's the plan?
I'm going to pull out the gun since stealth is no longer pertinent. I'll take the pistol. I'm not going to use the AK yet.
All right.
57 out of 63. Success.
Right. Let's see that damage.
4.
Not as good a hit, but still a pretty solid one. He's still standing. The other guy's still screaming in pain on the ground. This guy's gonna... He's not really kind of inside of where you guys are. He's not really sure where you are, so he's gonna try and take a shot at you. Ooh, he crits. He's gonna take a shot at... Who just shot, actually?
That was Jetlag.
Yeah, he's gonna take a shot at Jetlag. You're gonna take 4 damage. Remember to subtract your armor from that.
Okay.
That means we decided the reinforced Kevlar vest is 3.
Yep.
Right.
You're gonna take 1.
Yep.
That's Jackal's turn now.
So there's a guy on the ground who's nearly dead.
Yeah.
And a guy who's
screaming in pain. Yeah.
All right, I'll shoot the pistol at the other person who's coming at us.
See if you hit him. Yeah.
86 success. Medium pistol.
All right,
5
so
damage.
that shot straight kills this dude. So you got one guy on the ground, kind of incapacitated. This guy just shot, dead, falls to the ground dead. Yeah. It's time to go loud, gentlemen.
All right. So we gotta get the other 2 on the line to tell them to move in. So I will.
I think we can assume that we have code words for. Well, no, whatever you want to do. Yeah. Sorry.
I'll just Yeah, I think best way might be to text. I'll just send a quick text that says cover broken, I'm moving to camp.
So we're going to split this up. So we're going to now go to our car team. You're in the car, I assume, at this point?
Yep, yeah. I assume we're...
Yeah. All right, got to put the pedal to the metal. Going to go for it at this point?
Guess so. We probably have. I have a tactical vest. I imagine I would have my vest on and my shotgun.
Yeah, I assume you guys are all. I mean, you have to drive there. Is what I'm getting at, I guess. So, which one of you two is driving?
I can be, unless Jumper really wants to be. Jumper, what's your drive?
No, it's all you.
Okay. All right. My drive's okay.
All right.
So.
See that drive?
Nope, not okay.
It's hard driving in the dark. Yeah, you don't quite crash, but you don't get there as fast as you want. We're going to jump back to Jackal and jet lag. So you're outside this paddle boat thing. You've got one guy on the ground screaming in pain. You've got one guy dead by your hands. What you doing?
I think we need to go stop the guy that's screaming.
All right. How do you do that?
I'm going to take out the flashlight and hit him on the head.
All right. Give me a melee weapon attack.
24 out of 36.
You successfully knock him out. Remember, he got hit pretty hard. He's not doing great on the ground. Like, he's unconscious and he's definitely bleeding. All right, so give me an alertness check now as well.
84 out of 50 fail.
33 critical.
All right, so Jackal, you hear, explains probably why people aren't kind of rushing out to stop you, the sound of what you're pretty sure is a woman, like a younger woman, screaming from inside the paddle boat.
Okay.
And back to our drive team. You're driving. Give me another drive check.
That one's worse.
Yeah,
this is real hard. Driving's hard, man. Back to our kind of forward team. All right, you hear the screaming from inside the paddle boat. You're waiting on their team to show up. You going in. You hanging out for a couple of minutes. What you doing in this second?
I'm searching for any other guards that are like. So you said that nobody else is coming our way?
Yeah, no one's come out of the boat yet.
I think we should not wait for our team.
All right.
Agreed.
So you're going in?
We should try to sneak onto the paddle boat, see if we can see it, get a glimpse in through a window or something like that.
Can I was just going to say, can we say that Jumper texted him and said slow going or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, so kind of facing where you're at, it's like the main entrance to the boat. Obviously, it's kind of been pulled up on the land some. You can try and sneak on, like go to a higher balcony or something. It's a old timey kind of nice boat. There's different layers to it and stuff.
I wouldn't mind trying to climb up onto a balcony rather than
sure.
Front door.
You guys are going to do a sweep of the boat, essentially the exterior.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, give me a search on that.
Fumbled at 77.
Also fumbled 66.
Jesus. Yeah, you definitely don't find anything. You kind of the boat's in not great shape. Like, you kind of snap some stuff off as you're walking around. You don't find there's no one on the outside of this thing, and it's a sizable boat, I guess. But you still kind of hear someone screaming from inside. Like, there's definitely something going on inside of the boat. Back to drive team. Give me a drive check. Cheers. All right. No, it's hard doing this at night. It's a windy dirt road, I guess. All right, so back to our go team. You heard a scream from inside. You didn't find anything on the outside of this boat necessarily. It's dark. What you doing?
Well, should we? So, yeah, can we try to get closer to the screaming?
You'd have to go inside the boat at that point. Yeah. I guess, like, dumb question. You guys know what a paddle boat looks like, right?
Yeah, this is kind of one of those old,
big, grandiose boat.
Yeah. You definitely did say paddle boat when we were at the camp, and I heard fan boat. So that entire time, I'm thinking one of those rafts with a giant fan on the back.
That would be pretty cool in its own way. I got to give you that.
Like, is it like how is that a chapel? but you did definitely say paddle boat. I just misinterpreted it. So.
I think that'd be pretty cool, the giant fan boat chapel. But no, yeah, it's a paddle boat. Like, so we're going inside.
We're going in.
Got the AK out now, I think, and we're going to go in.
Yep.
All right, so they're going in. All right, so they're going in. We're going to jump back to our drive team. You finally kind of arrive at the compound. You screech up. You see kind of as you arrive, you see the other two going inside. You see this one guy on the ground, like body blown apart by a shot. The other guy's kind of not doing well, but doesn't seem to be totally fatally killed. You're running inside, I assume?
Yep.
All right. Give me a athletics to see if you guys can catch up successfully.
I actually have athletics. Just never rolled it.
I had a little bit.
I failed.
I actually succeeded that one.
Yeah. All right, so Jotun, you hit the ground running, and you successfully catch up. Unfortunately, Agent Jumper, you lag a little bit behind, so you managed to catch up with the rest of the team as they kind of kick in the door for this. And beyond this door is kind of things of nightmare. So you find yourself standing in a dimly lit, kind of voodoo-inspired, I guess, but also like maybe vaguely Egyptian. It's kind of hard to piece all the stuff together. Ritual room of some kind. There's gator stuff all over the place, like skeletons and stuff like that. But most importantly, in the center of the floor of this thing is this big 20 by 20 cut hole in the bottom of the boat kind of thing. There's some old benches. Like this at one point was a chapel. And kind of above that hole is what you're guessing, based on kind of sound alone, is a woman kind of on like a hoist system dangling over this water. What do you do?
Can I see where the hoist mechanism is?
You're not inside yet.
Ah, damn it.
Are there people?
No.
Or is it just the woman screaming?
You'd have to do a search or an alertness to find that. Like, that's just the obvious stuff you see when you kick in the door of, like, what the hell we just walk into.
I'll do... What's my better shot? I'll do a search.
All right.
And I did catch up to them, so I'm there.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Okay.
Wow. 96 out of 50 fail.
Don't see anyone.
65 success. 72.
All right, so...
40.
So Jotun, kind of, if you're looking around the room, you do see kind of like the hoist system that this woman is connected to, so you could probably do something with that. You do see kind of you also see kind of three surprised-looking people in robes. One of them is bigger than the other two. You could make an educated guess is probably Big Joe at that point. More importantly, though, Jackal, you see something real weird. So around this tank, there's these big... They look retro, but they also look kind of modern industrial at the same time. Devices that seem to have, like, part of it runs down into the water. And more importantly, you see kind of the telltale signs of there's like a cage of some kind in that hole. Like something's been lashed onto the boat that kind of acts as... There's something hanging off the bottom of the boat.
Okay, so they're sort of mechanical devices, can't really tell the era.
Yeah.
And they're attached to a cage beneath the boat type thing.
All right, so that means we are now in combat. What are people's dexes?
8.
All right.
Yeah.
Mine's 10.
All right, so it's going to be jet lag, then the three people in the room, then Jotun, then Jackal, I guess. And Agent Jumper, you will catch up after this turn, thankfully.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so Agent Jetlag, you're first. What are you doing?
61 out of 43 fail with the AK-47.
All right, so your shot goes wide. The big one of these kind of starts like screaming, "No, you're going to ruin everything!" And the other two kind of run off to the sides to kind of do whatever. You're not quite sure which. Next up, that means it's Agent Jotun's turn.
All right. 4 out of 50 success with my shotgun.
Nice. So give me some damage. Who are you shooting at, I guess? The guy, the big guy, or one of the two guys that ran off to the sides?
Whoever would have been closest without potentially shooting at my comrades.
Any of them are fair shots. You're kind of shooting across this opening in the floor.
All right, let's go with the biggest target.
All right, so he gets hit hard, like the pellets rip through him. It's not good. All right. Next up, Jackal, you're up now.
Okay, I'll shoot at one of the other people who ran to the side.
Cool. Are you firing a single shot or are you firing burst?
Burst.
All right.
Do I have to mark that somehow?
Nope. It just means you have your lethality on. All right. Shot
failure.
goes wide. All right.
Okay.
So back to the top. Agent Jumper, what's your dex?
12.
All right, so you will actually go in before you'll get to go after Jetlag. All right, so you've successfully arrived as part of this. Jetlag, you're up first.
I'm going to go for one of the small guys on the side.
All right, taking a shot.
Take a shot.
That goes
25
wide.
out of 43 fail.
Yep. Jumper, you're there. You get the next shot.
All right, yeah, I come in with my little submachine gun.
Yep.
And I also am going to go for one of the guys on the side.
All right.
No, unfortunately, I haven't put that information in, so I'm just going to roll firearms here. That is a failure, 65 out of 43.
That goes wide. The first kind of guy that ran off in the hood is going to take a shot at you. That misses. Next guy's going to take a shot at Agent Jackal. That succeeds for... Take 4 damage, Agent Jackal.
-3 because of
Yep.
Just 1 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And the big guy is kind of wailing. He's like, Barnabas, forgive us, oh great Barnabas. They don't know what they do, but... All right, so that means it's now Jackal's turn. Oh, sorry, Jotun's turn. Jotun's turn. He's a little bit faster.
I just realized you have to manually update the firearm skill in the weapon itself. So I was trying to figure out why it didn't roll out of 53. Anyway, just throwing that out there. All right. That's a failure.
That goes wide. Jackal, you're up.
Shooting at one of the guys on the side.
Yep.
14, success.
That hits.
First.
See that lethality.
So do I click the D12 or the...
Yep, click the lethality button. Don't get that, but you do, 16 armor-piercing 3. This guy just gets ripped apart by that shot.
Brutal.
Yeah, just goes down, just mangled body hits the ground kind of thing. We're back to the top. Jetlag, you're up.
The other little guy that hasn't been hit. 11 out of 40 crit.
Oh, so you're shooting your AK. You should have a lethality rating on that. So roll a D10 real quick. Let's see if you get the lethality.
Okay.
Just put it in, I guess. You... Actually, I guess I said D100. Sorry, my bad. Nah, lethality doesn't go through, but so hit the damage, and let's see how much damage you do. All right, so, guy gets hit pretty hard, too. Doesn't go down. Not quite as hard a hit as the other guy. But yeah, so, Jumper, you're up again?
Okay, this time, now that I've sprayed and prayed and done nothing, I'm going to look around for the mechanism to get that young lady up. You said that was a search?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, dang it. 51 out of 40 failed.
You don't see it, but one of your comrades points it out to you because he sees you're looking for it, so you'll have access to that next turn. All right, the remaining guy that's not kind of wailing for all this takes a shot at Agent Jumper because she's out in the open trying to find this. It succeeds for 1 damage. You kind of get grazed by a bullet.
All right. That doesn't even bypass my arm, I don't.
Yeah, nope. Probably doesn't. So that means, Jotun, you're up.
All right. Is one of them dead?
Yeah, one of them's very dead. One of them's on the ground, like, screaming about how Barnabas needs to forgive him and you and all that stuff.
And there's still one that's upright.
Yeah, and taking shots.
All right, and there's still one that's upright?
Yep. Nope, doesn't connect. Jackal, you're up.
All right, I'll shoot at the guy who's still up.
Yep.
14, success.
Let's see that lethality.
52.
Doesn't do that, but yeah, this guy goes down. You end his life.
All right.
So the room is filled. The room is kind of an eerie silence falls across the room of just kind of water. Silence is probably the wrong words. You hear the Mississippi outside. You have this guy still just rambling incoherently about Barnabas, and you have this woman kind of just screaming. She's starting to die now, so her kind of voice has started to kind of injure itself, just swinging above this pool of water in the ground. You're out of combat now. What do you do?
I'm running to the winch to get her up.
All right, so yes, you go over there. Give me a heavy machines check.
Hey,
Or a light?
I got 10%
Not really.
chance. 39 out of 10. I failed.
You don't instantaneously figure out how to use it, but like she's not in obvious danger. Like there's a release mechanism. It looks like a crank system. You could probably spend some time to lower her down slowly. But yeah, so what everyone else is doing. What's everyone else doing?
I want to run up to Big Joe, unmanned, intimidate him into telling us who Barnabas is.
All right, so you go up to Big Joe. He's on the ground, just like, it's you. I thought we were... It's like, you don't know what you've done. You don't know what you've done. You've angered Barnabas.
Who is Barnabas? Persuade?
Yeah. You're going for an intimidate?
Son of a bitch.
He is too terrified in this moment to kind of give you an answer. And he also lets slip. He's like, if Barnabas doesn't get me, the German will. All right, so you got the... All right, so he's kind of screaming. What are the rest of y'all doing?
I'm going to go look at the things on the side of the opening. I can check them out closer.
Yeah.
Search or machinery?
Yeah, just give me a search on those.
Maybe I can see into the tank or something. 34 out of 40 success.
All right, so the machines you're inspecting, like, there's a weird, like, sci-fi, like, World War II era vibe to them almost. Like, they kind of remind you of a Tesla coil, if the Tesla coil extended down into the water, I guess. They're on. They're just not doing anything at this point. They're kind of humming or kind of slowly kind of making a mechanical sound of some kind. All right, last but not least.
I'm going to help her. I think I'll help her get the woman down. That seems to be
so if you successfully kind of lower her down and kind of using some... I'm not going to make her roll my heavy machinery for that. One of you already kind of didn't get the instantaneous fix on it. So yeah, you lower her down. She's terrified. Big Joe is still kind of just ranting and raving. She starts to calm down. So she's kind of almost catatonic in fear. She's not responding well. You gonna search the room at all? Like, what's the reaction to this space, I guess, that you find yourself in? Or what are you guys doing next?
Can we get a description of the woman real quick?
She's mid-20s. Local woman, you'd guess, kind of blonde hair, blue eyes, on the thinner side, I guess.
Maybe we could... do we want to take pictures of this room or anything?
Yeah,
or...
you could definitely do that.
All
right,
I guess if we got her down, I'm going to ask her if she's hurt.
Yeah, so let's do this in two stages, I guess. So,
okay,
let's do the kind of looking around, taking the photographs part of it. So, looking around the room, you're kind of taking photos. You actually have a chance to finally look at stuff. Like I said, the room's kind of this weird mishmash of vaguely voodoo stuff, but you do see kind of what you'd guess was maybe like, if this was indeed a chapel, kind of the central point where like a cross might be in a traditional church setting. You see in giant kind of made an effigy out of sticks and stuff, you see this. Also around the room, you see several kind of instances of this, actually even surrounding the, like, now that you're looking at it more closely, surrounding kind of the thing in the floor, there's also this symbol.
Does the first one I'm not looking at it.
You can look around as part of this, yeah. You see it's
very
obvious.
Does the first one resemble the figures that Jetlag saw?
Yeah, but this one, like, very deliberately has 4 arms. It's more detailed. Like, this one's much higher quality. Someone spent a lot more time putting them together. The ones outside were kind of like stick constructions. This is very obvious what it is. It's kind of this weird stick figure character of some kind. Like, there's a sharpness to it the other ones didn't have. The other ones were kind of haphazard, like charmy, I guess is maybe the way. Actually, give me an occult roll for this, actually. This is the perfect time for an occult roll.
Me or anyone? Or
whoever wants to do this.
Fail.
I also failed.
You got a roll jumper or no? All right, so yeah, she successfully gets it. So,
yes.
You notice, like, you are not familiar with this symbol at all, but you can definitively say the thing in here is an effigy. The things outside were kind of like charms or wards, if you kind of believe in that type of thing. This is an effigy of some kind. This is the thing you worship, I guess. If that makes any sense. Yeah, this would be the point of focus. And someone's trying to help the woman now?
Yeah. And I think Jumper's with me, right?
That'll be psychotherapy.
Okay, so psychotherapy. I'm no good at that, but let's give it a shot. I'm just going to ask if she's hurt, and is there anything we can do to help her?
Yeah,
I'm bad at it.
Yeah, she's just kind of hysterical. Like she's not reacting well. Like maybe you could help her outside or something like that. But also, like she's just freaked. Like she's in kind of a broken state at this point. Like she was just hung over a pool of water in a creepy chapel by a bunch of weirdos in the middle of the woods on a paddle boat. Like no one would respond well to this moment. Everyone
Jumper,
can be
Jumper,
Sorry,
can you get her calmed down?
Yeah, I'll try. What would it be? Oh my gosh.
psychotherapy.
All right. I completely failed too.
Yeah, this is a hard one. A lot of people don't take psychotherapy. It's not the most useful thing except for these instances. She's just freaking out. She's kind of babbling incoherently. Everyone give me an alertness check.
Jet lag fail.
Jackal 26 success.
Jotun 12 success.
I fumbly fail. 66.
All right, so those of you that passed that, you see something unnerving. There is the water inside of that pool in the middle of the room has started to move ever so slightly, like something's in it or something. You point this out to Agent Jumper, who kind of wanders over to get a better look at this, and give me a dodge roll.
Oh gosh. There's a hurdle. Dodge. Is that a skill or is that a...
It should be a skill on there.
I don't know if I took dodge. Oh, I actually did both dodge and dodge.
Yeah.
Good.
Everyone has dodge, too. All right,
But
so
I still failed.
you don't successfully dive out of the way in time as just this thing comes rocketing out of the pool of water at you. It's
Cool.
8-10 feet tall, like it's an alligator man is the best way of putting it. Like it's got big bulbous eyes, like it's vaguely fish, vaguely reptilian, just big massive teeth, almost like a what are the anglerfish kind of thing dangling off its forehead almost. And it kind of clips you ever so slightly as it comes out of the water for, let's see how much. For 3 damage, this thing that's kind of like comes rocketing out, kind of catches you with some of its body and just knocks you backwards, Agent Jumper. And everyone give me a sand test.
Jackal success 49.
Yeah.
Success.
If you succeed, subtract 1 sanity from your kind of sandbar at this point. If you fail, which we're waiting on Jumper for at this point,
I fail. Cause,
roll a 1d8.
Oh, yay. I think I failed this last time with the witchy woman, too.
Yep. All right, so only a 3, so you don't go totally catatonic right now. So if you want, you can try and pawn some of this sand loss off onto your bonds. You can also just eat it. The choice is yours. Who wants to do the pawning off onto a bond?
I'm just going to eat it.
All right.
Eat it.
I'm going to pawn it off.
All right, so give me a POW test.
I fail. 81 out of 60.
All right, so you're going to subtract 1 POW from your kind of your power bank, for lack of a phrase, and you don't manage to pawn any of this off, unfortunately. All right, so kind of this thing is in the room with you, and we are back in combat. Jetlag, you are up first, I believe, with the highest dex still.
I'm going to say, what the F, and then take out the AK and start shooting that thing immediately.
All right.
Fail.
All right, so that misses. Next up is Jumper.
I'm going to spin this round just running for cover.
All right, cool.
Grabbing the woman if we can.
Yeah, you can totally do that. Yeah. So you kind of dive for cover while dragging her with you. Cool.
Yeah.
This thing is going to kind of like, it's looking around the room, it's confused, angry. It then sees Big Joe and it wanders over and kind of just grabs him with one kind of horrible clawed hand, just lifts him up into the air, screaming, and drops it into his mouth. And you hear just kind of this horrible crunching sound as Joe ends inside of this thing. Jotun, you're up.
So this thing is big enough I can just pick a dude up and eat it?
Everyone give me a sand check. No, it's strong enough. Like it's 10 feet tall too. It's got a giant mouth. Everyone give me a sand check off that too.
That's what I was going to ask.
10 success.
All right, so if you failed, roll a 1d6 and also tick off 1 point on adjusted to violence.
I'm sorry. Where's adjusted to violence?
Underneath, on the right, underneath your kind of afflictions, there should say a violence and hopelessness.
Hopelessness, okay.
Click it, check on all the spots for violence. And also subtract 1d6 from your sanity.
I mean...
Okay, so I'll give you the d6 quick here.
Yep.
If I succeeded, do I take something?
No, you're fine.
2 points. Okay, so...
I'm just looking at it.
All right, and then... violence. I found it. Okay. I have violence and helpless. Okay, yep.
All right, so Aubrey, Agent Jumper, unfortunately, this is yet another time where just you become overwhelmed for a little while in this area. You just watch someone get dropped into the mouth, by that mouth, admittedly, and just cease to exist. It's absolutely terrifying to witness this. Whoever got the critical on sanity, you actually recover 1 sanity from that.
Cool.
Yeah. You're super okay with this instance.
He did that guy.
Some kind of poetic justice.
Sure. Let's say it was that. All right, Agent Jotun, you're up.
Yep, shotgun at this thing.
All right.
Failed.
Doesn't hit. Jackal, you're up.
AK-47 failure.
Yeah, this thing's terrifying. It's big, it's horrible. So that means we're back at the top with jet lag. What you doing? You gotta try and find some cover. You gotta take some shots at it. What you doing?
I just want to shoot.
All right.
AK-47. Fail.
Man, shots going wide all of a sudden. Jumper, you're still kind of catatonic. Give me a POW roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barely failed, but it take 67 out of 60.
Not quite. All right, so this thing's it's looking around. It's getting its bearings. And it's gonna lunge across the room at Agent Jotun, kind of just take a big jump across the space. It does not successfully do that. It kind of slams across the ground and kind of skids almost out the door you came and kind of rams itself against a wall. Seems a little bit stunned by this. Agent Jotun, you're up.
Okay. Is there anywhere I can...
There's pews you could try and take some cover behind if you wanted to or something.
All right. And can I move and shoot or just move?
Yeah, you can move and shoot.
Okay, I do that. So I try to get some distance away from it, and then I shoot again. I think 5th shot.
No, sorry, you can't. Sorry, how far are you moving? I guess
I just shot him. Then
yeah. Okay.
Blam. Okay,
right.
Success for 12.
Nice. It felt that a lot of so the shot hits into its body. Its body's covered in these thick, hardened, bony scales. So not all of that translates, but yeah, a lot of that translates. It definitely felt that. It's pissed. Kind of lets out a roar of pain at this too. All right, Jackal, you're up.
AK-47. 40 success.
See that lethality?
7.
Whoa.
So you successfully scored that big lethality, and unfortunately, it's big enough you don't get to kind of capitalize on that, but congratulations, you still do 17 points of damage, which is enough to kill this thing, just barely, with the armor piercing. Yeah, so this thing kind of lets out a surprised roar and just falls to the ground, bleeding horribly. It is monstrous to look at. Everyone now recover one D10. One sanity point because you just killed a literal monster. Yeah. The kind of Agent Jumper, you kind of managed to stabilize yourself as part of this. The kind of only sound in the room is the water and just kind of the slow kind of sobbing of this woman you just saved. Maybe the ship's creaking a little bit around you. Yeah.
I might be sobbing with her. Let's just cry this out.
All right, is there anyone left outside that you can think of? Take care of everybody.
Yeah, before we came onto the boat,
right.
No one was away.
So actually, on that note, you kind of, so you don't hear the person. He's unconscious. Never mind. You wouldn't hear that anyway. You knocked him out. Never mind.
Okay.
So, I mean, one person out there is not dead, but critically wounded. Probably dead now, honestly.
Do we... Okay. Well, should we go find out?
Yeah. I'll go check on him.
I'll come with.
I'll start preparing to dispose of all this stuff. I think we just need to burn this paddle boat to the ground.
Take pictures first.
Okay.
Good call.
All right, so as you're kind of breaking to do that, everyone give me an alertness check.
Jotun success.
Jackal.
Oh,
Right, so
I failed humbly.
all but one of you, unfortunately, jet lag, you don't see this necessarily. You see Samuel Baskell kind of walk into the door you all came through, and something weird's going on. Like his body is almost like straightening itself out. The hump on his back is like he's straightening up some. Like his hair color is changing from kind of a brown color to a blonde. Almost, he's almost like you're almost watching him go from kind of what he was to something very normal human looking, I guess. Maybe someone in their 50s or something along those lines. And kind of, it's very gross to watch this. So everyone actually watching this, so you didn't see this jet lag, but everyone else, give me a quick sand check.
37 success.
All right, so anyone who failed, you're going to take one sand for this. It's not a huge sand check. If you criticaled, you get to recover one. Congratulations. Everyone else, kind of, you're just fine. You're watching this person be absolutely gross and kind of, after a couple seconds, this guy looks like a normal, blonde-haired, kind of in-shape 50-year-old. He's kind of standing in front of you. He's dressed in like where he previously was kind of dressed in like probably jeans and like a flannel shirt or something. He's dressed very sharply, kind of black pants, etc., kind of just very cohesive look. So I have deceived you. You have disposed of my monster, agents. Pity. I had more questions for it that I was planning on trading more of the local populace for. Agents! What a mess you have made. I had such plans for that one.
Who are you?
I will be asking the questions here. But I suppose I can do you that much. I have been known by many names over the years, but the one I prefer the most is... Call me Felder. Herr Felder. Everyone give me a POW check. He kind of like does a weird hand gesture thing. Everyone give me a POW check.
Success, jet lag.
Critical success, Jotun.
Cool.
Hey, I succeeded this time.
So, that's good. Everyone but Jackal kind of like, just a shockwave rips through the room kind of thing. Doesn't do any damage, but Jackal's knocked to the ground. And Felder kind of is standing there surprised as to what's going on. Well, agents. I see you are more potent than I thought. But no matter. Go. You have solved this mystery. Take your winnings while you can. This is merely a setback for myself. I just kind of turns to start leaving.
Can I just start shooting this guy?
You absolutely can.
Screw this noise. AK-47 time.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's actually kind of par for this moment. So the gun jams, and at this, like, makes a loud clicking noise, and Feller just, like, laughs. He's like, silly Americans. He's kind of walking away through the camp, just nonchalantly, could not give less of a fuck at this moment. What's everyone else doing?
I guess, I mean...
I take out my phone and take a picture of him.
Sure.
I have to get up, I guess. I could get up and...
Are we chasing him? Like, are we going into hot pursuit?
I mean, I don't see that it makes sense for us in situation to let him leave. So I guess I would take a shot.
That's a very good call. That's a very smart call.
And my gun also doesn't work. So
yeah, doesn't malfunction though. So
now I have to reload. I think
I had a success.
All right, you managed. So you successfully hit him at kind of this range. Let's see that lethality roll.
Failure.
You don't quite get it, but yeah. So your shot, it's a good shot. It goes right through his mass, and he starts to kind of leak. It's not blood he's leaking. It's almost like it's sand. He's still walking. He doesn't seem to care he just got shot even. Like this whole thing, he just could not care less. You just put a bullet through him kind of thing. Everyone give me a sand roll. As you're watching this kind of just walk away, kind of leaking sand out of his back exit wound or entrance wound.
That leg failure.
All right, so everyone that fails, give me a 1d4 and subtract that from your sanity. You're off, put it onto your friends. Yep, so he's still walking, just kind of not caring. Laughing, like muttering to himself, some like, this puts the timetable back so far. He will not be pleased. Like,
can I throw the AK-47 down and run after him and try?
You absolutely can. So this is a chase thing. It's like combat, except we're just gonna go chasing on this one. So you're the first one off the line on this.
Okay. Is that athletics or?
Nope, you're just going. Like you're just chasing. What are you doing?
Okay. Well, I want to try to catch up to him and tackle him.
All right, so give me athletics for that, so you can kind of run off. You can kind of try and catch up to him.
Oh, fail.
You don't quite catch up. Nothing bad happens necessarily. Who's taking off next?
Me, Jackal.
All right. What are you doing?
Same thing.
All right, cool.
Failed. 89. My bum knee. Can't run like I used to.
It happens.
I reload. Would this be a situation in which we'd check the helplessness box?
Not yet.
Okay. If I have time to reload and run after him, I guess I'll...
Yeah, I'll let you do that. Yeah.
Okay.
You can be in pursuit. You won't catch him necessarily as part of this, but you're in pursuit.
Do you want me to roll athletics?
Yeah. Yeah, you're just kind of running it. You're just kind of running and loading at the same time. You're not going to catch him this time. So, Jumper?
I'm going to stay with the woman and try coaxing her towards the truck.
Makes sense. Yeah, you're kind of dealing with her, so that makes sense. Back to the top. That was jet lag first, right?
Yep.
All right.
So I'm still trying to catch up, I think. So I want to keep doing that.
See the athletics check.
Ooh, success.
All right, so you successfully catch him, so give me an unarmed combat now.
Success on the unarmed.
All right, so you kind of take a running dive at this dude, and you hit him square in the back. And as he's falling, he doesn't even seem to care. He just got hit. And you hit the ground, and he just kind of explodes into just this kind of pile of sand and clothes. You're kind of like your face first down, and it's like diving into a snowbank almost. It's this not quite bone white, but not quite like pure white, like just sand all over the ground and kind of coming out of this. Give me a sanity check on that one.
Fail.
All right, so you're only going to take one. You're only 1 point of sanity, but you're also going to check one for helplessness on this one.
Okay.
And yeah, this guy's just sand apparently. And as best you can tell, aside for kind of this woman, you are alone.
Well,
so what happened to the dude we knocked out? Is he still here?
He'd be out in front of the boat. I'll go check him out like I was going to earlier, I guess.
Yeah. Give me a search.
Failure. 46.
It takes a little while to find him, but you do eventually find him kind of thing. It's not a quick thing. Someone has put their boot through this guy's throat. Not a long list of guesses as to who, but someone killed this guy just by stomping him out.
All right, I say we take pictures of the Gorgon thing or whatever it is and burn this place.
I also want to take
sand guy corpse.
Yeah, I want to take a sample of the sand.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
I don't think we need all of it, but if we can figure out where this sand comes from, we might be able to trace back his origin.
It's even
I can take care of that. Use some EPA tools. environmental samples of sand body parts.
Well, like Jackal said, it might not be sand. It could very well be bone dust or something.
We can try to figure it out.
Oh, of course, I touched with my hand.
Agreed. And we should get this woman back to safety.
Yeah, let's take her to the police station.
I thought the police were, somewhat in on this. Didn't they tip them off?
But...
Maybe we should go to a hospital. Drop her outside the department.
We might want to let Miss Pine know that we've got a witness to some unexplainable things.
Very true. Who's going to make that call?
I don't know if that's really necessary.
I would think it's very necessary. I mean, some...
Listen here, who's going to believe her? I don't believe myself. Let's just take her to the hospital. They'll probably send her to the mental institution. Maybe you'll see it in the, Inquirer. But no one's going to believe her that a crocodile man tried to eat her.
All right. Let me talk to her.
There's no real talking to her. She's still catatonic. Like there's some dead behind the eyes right now still going on. She is very broken.
All right. Yeah, let's just take her, leave her at emergency, I guess.
Yeah, so we're kind of back into free roam mode at this point. How you handling the camp?
Leave it.
I think paddle boat we should light up. I'm okay leaving the other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we can burn the camp too. That wouldn't be hard, would it?
Probably not, no.
Certainly don't want to leave anything for those other people. Presumably those other...
Hey, how much of their munitions and stuff is actually here at the camp?
There's stuff there, yeah. You could definitely blow some stuff up.
Well, I figured we also might want to replace some of the stuff we took from the green box.
Good call.
The next team.
Yeah, we could probably load up that green box pretty well.
Oh, and before we blow up the church boat, I do want to take pictures of all the signals and all that stuff.
Can do. Yeah.
I'd like to take a chew on my special ration.
Oh, so you're gonna consume some of the special rations.
I am.
All right.
Stressful, I'm hungry.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. All right, so you pop the top on this thing using the pull tab. You pull it back. What you see inside is almost kind of like it's a liquid of some kind. It's like a bone broth of some kind. It's not hot, unfortunately, but you take a swig of it, and it's... What is the best meal you've ever had?
Thanksgiving, 10 years old. It was amazing.
This thing tastes like that feeling on steroids. This is the best thing you have ever tasted. Nothing will ever taste as good as this ever again, probably. Like, it's impossible how good tasting this is.
Awesome, I guess. I love it. Tell everybody else they should try this stuff because it's great.
All right. I'll take you up on that.
All right, so is everyone eating their special rations right now in celebration?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah, cool. I'm down for this. So same deal. Everyone as they're kind of as they're eating their stuff. Think of the best, again, to describe the best meal your character's ever had, I guess, and we'll go from there.
Maybe like my mom's macaroni and cheese or something like that.
It's that, but like you can taste the love she always said was in there. Like you know it was in there, but you can actually taste the love. You can taste all the hope she had for you at one point in time, all the joy, how happy you were, and that the first time you tried that, like you can taste how much she cared in this thing.
Jackal maybe tears up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's a powerful special ration.
It's just broth, but
yeah.
More.
Yeah, like same thing. Like my mom's homemade Mexican pizza she gave me on my 13th birthday, something like that.
It tastes like childhood. You feel happy and safe, and like the entire world's still out in front of you, kind of thing. Like maybe it tastes like the sensation of a really good birthday or something like that. Like it's It's perfect.
I'm going to go with a goose my dad brought home.
Yeah.
From hunting.
It tastes like goose. It's perfectly cooked, but more importantly, you can taste like the pride your dad had in hunting this thing, the hours he spent hunting it, kind of thing. Like all the preparation that had to go in to providing this goose. It's there, and yeah, it's fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah. Special rations. And you feel full too, like you feel well nourished because of this. I guess like to get clinical on this one, 500 calories, the 30-year daily requirement of all vitamins and nutrients in this thing. But again, other food just won't taste the same ever as again, kind of thing. Like this was perfect. This was the perfect flavor ever. But back to the situation at hand. You've got this white supremacist camp to deal with. So I like the idea. So you're going to load up all the stuff you can kind of load up into the truck to go dump in the green box, correct?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to spend too much time trying to burn down these separate tents and structures and stuff. I think we should just burn the boat.
Definitely burn the boat.
You okay with that, everyone?
Yeah.
I would say we don't want to leave a place.
Well, otherwise it just looks like a white supremacist camp, which for all intents and purposes it was. So
yeah.
I'm fine leaving the camp as long as we just destroy the evidence of the giant alligator fish monster.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's plausible that if all those other people left and came back, that they would be the people who stayed on base would find themselves on the boat at the same time that it caught on fire.
Right. Just an unfortunate accident.
Of course, what do we say about all their? Are we leaving their munitions and everything? Because if not, we should burn the tents.
Well, we're taking the munitions, so I guess we can burn the tents too. Then
you're still for white supremacists. What are they gonna do? Report the stolen munitions to the police?
My thought being that we don't want them to connect the two.
That's fair.
That we want it to look like a sheer accident.
Yeah,
potentially.
I like the logic on this one.
All right, so we're burning everything, taking what munitions we want, and burning the rest.
All right, so specifically jet lag. How you going about burning this stuff?
I'm gonna take out my really cool lighter.
Yeah, you are.
And
yeah, you are. So give me a sand check on this one.
Failure.
All right, give me 1d4. You take all 4, and burning feels good. This is awesome. You've never enjoyed anything more than this. Like, this combined with that food, you will probably never feel this satisfied and happy and complete ever again. And through the entire time, just a voice in the back of your brain's like, isn't this what you always wanted? Isn't this amazing? Just let it go. Let it burn. Let it fall to ash. Isn't this everything you've ever wanted in life? You're never going to be happier than you are at this exact moment.
Mumbling under my breath, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it agrees with you. There's a lot going on, so probably the other agents don't notice you doing that. It's also traumatic. You guys just straight up killed a very real, very terrifying monster. So, little shocks to be expected, I suppose. So, yeah. Anyone want to roll a forensics check to kind of make sure you guys, I guess, successfully clean up the site, for lack of a better phrase?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to do that as well. Yeah, make sure we did a good job. I failed.
48 out of 70 success.
All right, so Agent Jotun, you're cleaning this up your way. How are you disguising this site, I guess? Like, obviously burning it to the ground, a great start to forensically covering up evidence and kind of what actually happened here. You gotta, like, fake a raid on this? You gotta, like, shoot stuff in the ground? What's the plan? You gotta, like gas trails everywhere? How you gonna play this one?
I want it to look like they accidentally did it themselves.
Perfect. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Like, I want this to look like an accident. I want the people, when they show up tomorrow morning, to go, oh, shit, we told Big Joe he shouldn't have been playing with that kerosene.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so, and so we're going to, whatever munitions we don't take, we're going to burn maybe, but we're not going to we don't want to leave we don't want to leave as evidence of ourselves for the most part. We just want it to look like a total accident. As far as getting rid of the crocodile monster or the alligator monster, I'm wondering if just burning it is enough. I mean, if it'll go back in the water, presumably it can get eaten. Or, you get.
I'd say soaking it in gas on the boat, lighting that on fire directly, having it then burn the rest of the boat, then having it fall in the water. That'll cover it more or less. Yeah, like no one's gonna be like, man, there's a lot of mangled flesh in it that looks like a giant alligator monster. They're gonna be like, what the shit happened here?
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah, no one's looking for the supernatural except y'all.
We're putting the young lady who's maybe still catatonic in.
Oh, she's
the car.
Totally gone. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe wrapping a blanket around her, and then
yep.
Yeah, we want it to look like something just went awry.
Yeah, you splash some gas on the generator, have Agent Jetlag come over and light that shit up. Yeah, it's a very natural looking, just kind of like, when you have munitions out in the woods, shit happens. Shouldn't stack the landmines underneath the grenades, I guess. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, and you also kind of, you do a real good job kind of picking this place clean of anything it's worth. You take a bunch of kind of AR-15s, a bunch of kind of military grade, but kind of still civilian issue stuff, bunch of handguns, a lot of munitions. You successfully get out of there. Yeah, it's... Who's driving, I guess, out of curiosity?
Not me anymore.
I'll drive because you guys did terrible, even though my drive isn't.
Let's give me a drive.
Fail.
Nothing bad happens, but it's hard getting out of here, I guess. Like, you don't, maybe some tire tracks got left, but also fucking tire tracks. Like, it's a white supremacist compound. No one's going to care, and they all have trucks anyway. Who gives a... Yeah, so you successfully kind of drop this woman off. Like, how you doing this, I guess? You just kind of like dumping her at the front door of the ER at the hospital? What you doing?
I was thinking like we rush her in saying, we found her, she needs help, and then as soon as I hand her off, just like slip away and leave.
Just dip.
Sure. All right, cool. That works. I guess you guys do that, then you're going to call Miss Pine, I'm guessing, or kind of do you call her beforehand? What's the plan?
Let's drop her and then call Miss Pine.
All right, cool.
So we're going to go back to the hotel, or I guess we got to go to the green box, restock that.
Yeah, I'll say, like, by the time you get done processing the camp, it's the next morning kind of thing. Like, it's probably not that long till JT's open.
Guess we need to buy another seat.
Or at least pretend to.
Yeah, we can go see if there's any... We can go maybe pretend like we're looking for another one, and...
Yeah.
That's good for me.
I mean, we got lucky the first time. Maybe we got lucky again.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. You already bought something. You're like, what the fuck does he care? Kind of thing. Okay, go check it out. Yeah. You do that. You unload everything. You get out of there. You called Miss Pine yet?
Agent Jotun, our de facto Miss Pine content.
I hate talking to Mrs. Pine. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
All right, I'll call her.
All right.
Call her up. Miss Pine?
Agent Jotun. What's the word?
Mission accomplished.
Excellent. We'll debrief at a later date. Anything I immediately should know about the situation?
There was a crocodile person, alligator person, something big and scaly.
Fascinating.
They were feeding people to it from a boat. We killed it. We went ahead and lit said boat on fire. There would have been no witnesses as they were all dead. We made sure to put all their bodies on the boat too. There was only about 6 people, so it was perfectly plausible they'd all be there. We burned the camp. Wanted it to look like an accident. I don't know, generator caught on fire. That sort of thing. There was an interesting development with one of our contacts, that Sam Baskell.
Yes, what happened with him?
He appeared to be an inbred, sort of individual. His deformities were evidently some kind of hoax as we witnessed him transform into a middle-aged German man.
I'm sorry, Agent Jotun. What?
Yeah. Yeah, so he turned into a normal-looking German guy. Asked us to call him Herr Felder. Felder, I think. And then Jetlag tried to tackle him, and he turned into a bunch of dust.
Felder. Anything else we should be aware of?
These special rations are real good.
All right, then. Kind of hangs up the phone at that point. We're going to hand wave the rest of this. So you guys successfully go and check out your hotel rooms. You get on planes. You go home. Which means it's time for home scenes to kind of wrap this up with a nice little bow. Remember how home scenes work?
Yep.
All right, so let's just go down the list, I guess. Jetlag, what are you doing for your home scene?
Gonna get drunk as a skunk first.
All right. That's a thing you can do. It's the self-care kind of option.
Okay, then that's what I want to do.
All right, cool. All right, so you are just indulging a personal motivation. Give me a sand check. If you fumble, you lose 1 sand. If you succeed, you gain 1. If you crit, you gain 1d4. Very low risk.
Okay, and just gain 1?
Just gain 1, yep. But you get drunk as a skunk, as you put it. Agent Jackal, what do you get up to?
I'm motivated to work on a bond with my brother and his family about that.
So you're gonna fulfill responsibilities to kind of recover that?
Well, it hasn't suffered at all. Can I just improve it, or
you can improve past your charisma score? I guess you could add a new bond if you wanted to do that, but you can't make it more strong than the one you already have necessarily. We could also break it off though into family and then your brother specifically if you want to kind of go down that path.
So my score for the bond is 6, but my charisma is 7.
All right, so yeah, you can repair it then. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think we took some damage off that for something.
Well, I'm motivated to try to recreate our mom's mac and cheese.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to make it for him and the family.
So that'd be a fulfill responsibilities.
What do I do?
Just roll SAN.
82 failure does not taste good.
It's fine. It's just to improve things. It's kind of your brother's family is okay, you've never cooked for us before, you weirdo, and why do you keep yelling this isn't right tasting? It's fine. It's mac and cheese. What were you expecting? The best meal you've ever had? Jesus, what the hell's wrong with you? Agent Jumper, what are you doing?
Have
you hit breaking point yet? You took a lot of sand damage this game.
Actually, I am below breaking point now.
Okay, so you've also picked up a disorder. We will handle that next time. Okay, cool.
I need to go see my therapist and try to repair some of my sanity.
Yes, but also because you hit a breaking point, uncheck all of the violence and helplessness you have. You did not get adjusted to it, unfortunately.
Oh, I don't get to adjust?
No, unfortunately.
Well, all right.
All right, so you want to see a therapist?
Yes. I need to talk to my therapist so much. Basically talking about how gross and disappointed I feel because I lied on this last assignment and had to pretend to be something I wasn't. Yeah. I felt like I didn't really get to help anybody. That kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, cool. So reduce one of your bonds by 1. It doesn't matter which bond, but you do successfully get to roll a sand check now to gain 1d6. Yeah, sorry, no, just 1d6 sand. You get to regain that.
1d6. Why is it every time this comes up, I roll a 1?
Because you're the one on the downward spiral to madness.
I know. This character is destined to go mad, as we now have determined, because I will get my first madness.
You get your first disorder, yeah. Your first disorder. It's a special time in every cell's moment, their first disorder. Just kind of sitting there lurking, waiting for it to happen. right, so what are you doing, Agent Jotun?
I'm going to go do something with my kids.
All right, so fulfill responsibilities. Give me a sand check. All
Success.
right, so you get to recover 1D. You get to kind of improve that bond by 1d6. Congratulations.
Ooh.
So I should have checked. Were they below your kind of maximum for that thing? So their score is equal to your charisma. They can't exceed that.
Yeah, it's equal to my charisma.
All right, so yeah, there's no. You won't lose anything. You won't gain anything out of this, I guess. So that's fine if you want to go that way.
Can I separate them? So right now I have them, and I may have just done this wrong. I put my ex-wife and both of my kids on the same bond. Can I separate them?
That's fine. If we want, we can separate them. We can kind of do the whole establishing a new one, I guess, if that makes any sense. Like you're getting more invested, I guess, in them as individual people. Makes sense.
Okay. Can I use the can I use that 5 toward the new bond?
It's a different roll. So yeah, fuck it. We'll just say it is because they're your kids. That's fine in my book. Yeah. So your new bond will have a full charisma. It will be equal to your full charisma.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So then that worked out.
Is it?